Humanity's story begins amidst chaos, a struggle between creation and destruction. Imagine Earth forming, meteors striking, volcanoes erupting, oceans boiling, the raw, untamed power of nature shaping our world. Mountains rise, valleys sink, storms rage endlessly, fire meets water in a relentless dance. In this chaos, the first sparks of life emerge, fragile yet determined. Life fights to survive, to adapt, to endure. Even before humans walked the earth, struggle was written into the story of existence. Every eruption, every storm, every collision of rock and sky, left a mark on the planet. And from this primordial chaos, the story of humanity began to unfold, slowly, relentlessly, beautifully. From the earliest days, humans faced endless challenges. Tribes learned to hunt together, to protect their families, to survive in a harsh and unpredictable world. Empires rose, and empires fell. Ancient civilizations like Egypt, Mesopotamia, Greece, and Rome built armies, forged alliances, and battled across vast lands. Drums of war echoed through valleys, horns blared across plains, and the relentless march of soldiers spoke of ambition, survival, and the will to endure. Yet in these struggles, resilience was born. People adapted, innovated, and persevered. Every conquest, every fall, every empire left an imprint, shaping the human journey in ways profound and enduring. The Middle Ages brought castles, knights, and relentless feudal wars. Siege engines rattled, archers loosed arrows that darkened the skies, and villagers fled in terror. Every battle left scars, on the land, and on the human spirit. But even in darkness, stories of courage and sacrifice emerge. Ordinary men and women faced unimaginable hardships, yet continued to protect, to fight, and to endure. Life in these times was harsh, brutal, and unyielding, yet the human spirit endured, refusing to bow, refusing to break. History is written not only by kings and generals, but by those who struggled in silence, shaping the course of the world through their courage and perseverance. As nations expanded, the scope of conflict grew. Ships crossed oceans, carrying soldiers, merchants, and explorers. Colonies were claimed, trade routes contested, cultures collided. Cannons roared, marketplaces bustled, empires stretched across continents. War became global, touching every corner of the known world. Destruction spread, yet in this chaos, human progress thrived. Knowledge, culture, and ideas moved across seas, blending, evolving, and transforming civilizations. Even amidst conflict, humanity found ways to connect, to create, to build. Art, literature, and science flourished, often inspired by both triumph and tragedy. The Industrial Revolution transformed war forever. Factories churned out weapons at unprecedented speed. Cannons, rifles, and machinery made battles faster, deadlier, and more devastating. World War I engulfed nations in trenches filled with mud, fear, and despair. Soldiers endured unimaginable horrors, yet courage persisted. Then came World War II, engulfing continents, cities, and towns. Families were torn apart, millions lost their lives, communities obliterated. Yet in the darkest nights of war, acts of heroism emerge. Ordinary people risked everything to save lives, to shelter the vulnerable, to preserve hope. Humanity's courage shone brightest against the deepest darkness. The cost of war on civilians was immense. Refugees wandered across broken lands, searching for safety and food. Cities lay in ruins, schools were destroyed, and grief became an ever-present companion. Yet humanity endured. Communities rebuilt, tending to the wounded, caring for the lost, and planting seeds of hope in scarred soil. Life found a way. Compassion thrived. Even when the world seemed intent on destruction, people remembered to protect one another, to help, to heal. And in these acts, the spirit of humanity burned brighter than any war machine. Peace, though fragile, offered a new path. Treaties were signed, towns rebuilt, children returned to playgrounds. Communities worked tirelessly to restore what was lost. The human spirit, indomitable and courageous, continued to dream, to heal, and to inspire. Even in moments of calm, the lessons of war remained, reminding us that peace is not a given, but something to be earned, something to be protected, something to be cherished. Rebuilding became an act of defiance, a declaration that life will continue, that hope will endure, that humanity will prevail. In the modern era, our struggles have changed, but the challenge remains. Diplomacy, humanitarian efforts, and global crises define the conflicts of our time. UN meetings convene, climate disasters demand attention, technology transforms the battlefield. War is no longer fought solely with weapons. Ideas, innovation, and compassion are equally powerful tools. Humanity adapts, finding ways to survive, thrive, and protect one another. Every decision matters, every action counts, every voice has the potential to shape the course of history. The struggle continues, but so does our capacity to overcome, to rebuild, to hope. Yet war and peace are not just history lessons, they are deeply personal, etched into the lives of every human being. Families separated, communities fractured, and lives forever change. Stories of love, loss, sacrifice, and courage continue to ripple through generations. Even amidst despair, humans find ways to care, to fight, to endure. The legacy of past struggles guides the choices we make today, shaping the world for future generations, teaching us that peace is never permanent, but always worth striving for. And so, the story of humanity continues, a story of struggle, of resilience, of hope. As the sun rises over cities and communities, as children laugh, as people help one another, we are reminded that the human journey is far from over. War and peace, two sides of the same coin, shaping who we are, and who we can become. Challenges lie ahead, but the spirit of humanity endures. From chaos comes creation, from struggle comes strength, from conflict emerges the possibility of a brighter tomorrow, and from the courage of millions, humanity marches forward, forever striving for survival, for peace, for hope, for a future yet unwritten. As humanity moves forward, the lessons of the past remain ever present. We remember the lives lost, the families torn apart, the communities that rebuilt from ashes. These stories are not mere history, they are warnings, guiding lights, and inspirations. Every act of courage, every gesture of compassion, every moment of resilience teaches us that even in the darkest hours, hope endures. Across the globe, ordinary people continue to rise against adversity. Teachers nurturing young minds in war-torn regions, doctors risking everything to heal the sick, neighbors protecting one another during crises. These acts may seem small, but they ripple across generations, shaping the future in profound ways. War may rage, empires may fall, yet humanity finds ways to survive, adapt, and rebuild. In this new age, challenges may take different forms: climate change, pandemics, social unrest. But the spirit that allowed humans to endure past wars is the same spirit that will guide us forward. Courage, empathy, and determination are the weapons of peace. Ideas, cooperation, and compassion are the forces that shape the future. And through every challenge, humanity learns, evolves, and grows stronger. So, when we look to the horizon, we see not just uncertainty, but opportunity. From the ruins of conflict arise innovations, communities, and bonds that strengthen the human story. Each sunrise brings a chance to choose hope over despair, action over inaction, connection over division. History teaches us that even after the greatest storms, life persists. And so, humanity marches onward, always learning, always striving, always dreaming. Finally, the story of humanity is far from over. War and peace, struggle and resilience, destruction and creation. These are intertwined threads in the tapestry of life. As we reflect on the past, embrace the present, and look to the future, one truth remains: the human spirit is unbreakable. From chaos comes creation, from struggle comes strength, from despair emerges hope, and from the courage of millions, the story continues. A story of survival, of resilience, of love, and of the endless pursuit of peace.